Let's talk about finding an editor that works for you and your creative process. Now, this particular video is going to be focused on the indie publishing community. If you're a traditionally published author, I will be doing a video about working with editors in the traditional publishing world later. So let's talk. One caveat: if you are an indie published author and you cannot afford to hire an editor, I will be doing a video and hopefully give you some ideas on how to handle that problem. First, you need to decide what you want for your revision process. Do you want a high-level edit? Do you want a minutia level edit? Do you want an editor who tells you there is a problem, or an editor who tells you there is a problem and gives you suggestions to fix it? Do you want an editor who will dig deep into the manuscript and pull it apart? Or do you want an editor who will stay at a surface and tell you certain things that you're looking for? I'll tell you what I'm looking for. Now, this is from an author who has been published a long time and who has written many, many published books. So where I'm at now is not necessarily where I was at before, but this is what I need now. I have discovered that I don't want a minutia edit. I don't want a line edit. I want a high-level alpha read. That means I want someone who's going to look for plot holes. I want someone who's going to tell me if the pacing's a little off. I want someone to tell me if there's some kind of inconsistency in my book. I don't want someone telling me rules about how to write a good book or what readers want. If I haven't figured that out by now, I'm in trouble. And I don't want someone who is going to look into syntax. Some people really want that. I totally get that. And you can absolutely improve your books by changing your syntax and writing a cleaner page. Still not something I'm looking for. So, yes, I have found an editor that does that for me. But I didn't find them on my first try. I've used multiple editors who have come with high levels of recommendation, and they did not work for me. Now, that doesn't mean they do not work. It does not mean they are not fantastic editors. It means that their editing process doesn't match my creative revision process, and I need to work with someone else. There's nothing wrong with that, and there's nothing wrong with you making that decision either. In fact, if you find the perfect editor for you with your first try, yes, that's exciting. But if you don't be discouraged and don't think it's something wrong with you as a writer. It just means you have to keep looking to find that right fit. And as an indie author, you are 100% in charge of who you give permission to tell you what they think of your book. That's right. Nobody else gets a vote. You are the only one, not even the editor. Well, they can tell you they won't edit for you, but they can't tell you that they are going to edit for you, because that is not a choice anybody gets to make but you about your book. So you decide what you're looking for and you go find it. Now, there are a couple of places to look online. Readsy is one of them. And on Readsy, you can look to see what kind of ratings those editors have gotten from other authors. But keep in mind, those authors are rating based on what they need from an editor. So also look at what the editor offers as part of their service, how they describe what they do. Don't be afraid to ask for exactly what you need. And if they don't give it, do not feel guilty and do not feel that you have to stay with them. Move on and find an editor who does. If they insist on giving you more than you ask for, you still need to move on, because there are some editors that are fantastic for certain authors, but for people like me, do not work. Those editors who give too much advice. You can tell me there's a problem. Rarely do I want you to tell me how to fix it. Now, I am going to caveat that with my current editor, Andy at Beyond the Proof, gives some awesome little tidbits of advice. Now, she doesn't tell me how to write a book, and she doesn't try to tell me that readers only like one thing or anything like that. But when she notices something is off, she'll do a little research and she'll come back and say, have you considered da da da? And she's spot on for me. Might not work for you, but totally works for me. So when you're looking for an editor, find one that does what you need them to do. Don't be afraid to ask questions, and don't be afraid to make mistakes, because you may pay for an editor that comes back with edits that do not resonate. Do not use their edits. Do not use what does not resonate. It's your book, nobody else's. Remember that. And happy writing.